Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
My grandmother right now and my aunt, they don't have power.
Now at 5, Puerto Rico slammed by Hurricane Fiona. We're hearing from a Connecticut resident who returned to the state right before the storm made landfall.
Plus, Alex Jones is set to testify this week. We're hearing from a state attorney who taught both the prosecutor and defense attorney about their legal strategies.
And state leaders getting heated over home heating costs, why some are looking for a special session to address funding.
And Queen Elizabeth is laid to rest today in London. Tonight, a look at how the world's remembering her life and legacy.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Well, it's been a pretty cloudy day across the state as we take a live look across Hartford tonight. Now cloudy, but yet still warm.
Yeah, it's still warm. We could see some rain in the coming hours. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now with a look at the forecast. Rach.
Hi, yeah, we're tracking showers and even some thunderstorms that'll move through mainly between around 6 and 9 o'clock tonight. You'll see this line off to the west of us with some locally heavy downpours, some rumbles of thunder, and there is a slight risk for a severe thunderstorm as well, although that would be really isolated in nature, not widespread. And it's kind of a quick moving line. At least the most intense part of it is right on that leading edge. The Storm Prediction Center has placed a lot of Connecticut in a level 1 out of 5 level threat scale. Again, just going along with the theme, saying that while there's a chance for an isolated severe thunderstorm, it wouldn't be widespread. So scattered showers, the chance for a locally strong gust of wind, some rumbles of thunder as this comes through. Some areas might just get a few light showers, but it approaches as we head towards around 6 o'clock. By 7, it's fully into western Connecticut, moving into central areas. And after 8 o'clock, it should be moving into the eastern half of the state as we're gearing up for the news at 10. It should be all over with other than a lingering shower in spots. Meanwhile, it is warm and humid out there, but the humidity is going to take a rest as we head through the evening tonight after this front goes through. Overnight lows in the upper 50s to right around 60 as we head towards daybreak, and mid 60s for the Connecticut shoreline. And tomorrow looks like a nice day. It'll feature rather a mix of sun and clouds. There is a slight chance for a pop-up shower in the afternoon, but most stay dry. We'll take another full look at your forecast and some bigger, cooler temperatures coming up in just a bit.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, tomorrow marks exactly 5 years since Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico. And now the island is fighting through another hurricane, Hurricane Fiona. Residents right here in Connecticut are worried about their loved ones on the island.
Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner talks to one Hartford native who just left Puerto Rico. She joins us live in studio. Hi, DeAndrea.
Hi, you guys. Well, Freddie De Jesus says that he feels like this is deja vu since the anniversary of Hurricane Maria. It's tomorrow, like you said, and he tells me that he visits this island every couple of months for work, and he's just waiting for the moment to get back there.
Hartford is Freddie De Jesus' home. This is where he lives and works.
I was born and raised here in Hartford.
But his heart and his true home is Puerto Rico.
You know, my family's there, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins.
In fact, just this weekend, he was on the island.
The storm was looming. I was supposed to come back yesterday, and on Saturday, I was like, there's no way I'm getting out on Sunday. And if I helped out in the morning on Saturday, you know, with the storm windows and tying things down, getting the flood proofing up, help people in the neighborhood. And then I just kind of was like, all right, I got to go. And that part for me is very difficult.
This is right outside of his aunt's house. De Jesus says that returning to Hartford as a storm loomed wasn't easy.
Because I feel like I kind of like ran away from a fight and left my loved ones to kind of fend for themselves.
A fight that is all too familiar for those on the island. Tuesday will be 5 years since Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico. The power is still down, and President Joe Biden has declared a state of emergency.
My grandmother right now and my aunt, they don't have power. My friends from the school don't have power, and then friends that I have elsewhere, they have power, but it's only because their condominiums have backup generators.
He says all he wants to do is help his second home.
I just want to be there. I want to be able to be there to assist. Those are our people. Those are you know, our families. So for me to be here, and you almost feel helpless here.
And plenty of organizations are committing their assistance to Puerto Rico in ongoing hurricane relief efforts. We'll have more information on that online at Fox 61 and on our Fox 61 News app. For now in the newsroom, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, DeAndrea. Well, Stamford-based AmeriCares is launching aid for people affected by Hurricane Fiona. The AmeriCares team in San Juan will work to deliver medicine and other relief supplies to Puerto Ricans. They'll also give emergency funding to help repair damaged health centers in the hardest hit communities.
In other news tonight, a man is dead after state police say his motorcycle crashed yesterday afternoon. Police say it happened just before 3 in the area of Route 72 East in Plainville near exit 3. We're told the motorcyclist was thrown from his bike and was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are still investigating what led up to that crash, and anyone with any information is asked to call state police. And state police are investigating another fatal crash that happened Sunday on I-91 North in Rocky Hill. It happened just before 4 p.m. between exits 23 and 24. Police say the driver, 22-year-old Aralda Zaha of Enfield, lost control of her car and crashed into the woods. Her passenger from Massachusetts has serious injuries, and the cause of that crash, as we said, is under investigation.
Well, tonight, family and friends are still mourning the loss of a mother and son from Norwich. The two were killed in a crash on I-395 Friday night. State police say 2 cars were pulled over on the shoulder of the highway. One of them included 33-year-old Jamie Krajewski and her 17-year-old son, Tyshawn Harper. A third car driving by hit those cars, and the mother and son both died on scene. Police are reminding drivers to slow down and give some distance for any hazard or vehicles on the shoulder. State police are asking anyone who might have seen that crash to give them a call. Well, Southington police are asking for the public's help after a rash of recent smash and grab burglaries. Police say they responded to 18 of those burglaries at various locations across town in 1 month alone. All have been locked vehicles with valuables left in plain view. Police are reminding people to always lock their car doors, avoid leaving any valuables visible, and park in well-lit areas. Anyone with information on these crimes should contact police. Well, for more than a week now, we've taken you inside the courtroom where conspiracy theorist and InfoWars host Alex Jones is on trial for his lie calling Sandy Hook a hoax. He also called the children's parents actors.
Well, now we want to introduce you to the men trying to prosecute Jones and defend him. Fox 61's Matt Caron has this exclusive live from Waterbury now. Matt?
Yeah, hi guys. Tonight we spoke with Jim Burgin. Now he's an attorney who also happens to have taught the lead prosecutor in this case, Chris Maddie, along with the defense attorney, Norm Pattis.
We're really watching our justice system at its very best.
The high-profile Alex Jones trial also features some of Connecticut's most high-profile and homegrown legal minds.
UConn has a very, very good law school, and these are exemplary attorneys.
Attorney Jim Burgin had both prosecutor Chris Maddie and defense attorney Norm Pattis as students in his trial advocacy class.
I happen to be very friendly with each of them because I keep up with my former students.
Maddie and Pattis, adversaries in the courtroom. Are they friends outside?
No way. Those guys are not friends.
Burgin told Fox 61 Maddie has the far easier case, but runs the risk of making the jury's minds go numb with minutia.
He's aware of that problem, and his hands are tied by the way Norm Pattis's client has conducted himself.
While Norm Pattis has the monumental challenge of trying to wrangle a difficult client.
Lawyers are guided by very strong ethics. The client comes first. And unless the client suffers a diminished capacity, which I've had a number of those, you have to respect the client's choice.
The flamboyant Pattis is known for pushing the limits of free speech himself. Coming under fire for an offensive stand-up comedy routine and for defending some of Connecticut's most reviled suspects like Fotis Doulos.
Objection, Judge. Speculation.
While Chris Maddie played a role in the prosecution of former Governor John Rowland and served as the chief fraud and corruption officer at the U.S. Attorney's Office.
If someone were to click on that link, it would take them to InfoWars, correct?
I don't know. I haven't clicked on the link.
All right, and as for what you can expect in the week ahead, Alex Jones is expected to come here to Connecticut tomorrow and be here through Thursday, although I'm told that it is unlikely that he will actually testify tomorrow as the questioning of Jones's corporate attorney, Brittany Paz, will continue. You can also expect a much larger stepped-up police presence by the Waterbury Police, both here outside the courthouse and by the judicial marshals inside the courthouse. We're live here in Waterbury. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
The state funeral in the UK held for Queen Elizabeth II, the country coming together today to remember the life of Britain's longest reigning monarch. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has a wrap from London.
An emotional day here in London as the UK said goodbye to its queen of 70 years. The day of mourning began with a funeral service at Westminster Abbey, attended by President Biden and the First Lady, along with hundreds of world leaders and dignitaries honoring a monarch respected across the globe.
Her late Majesty famously declared on a 21st birthday broadcast that her whole life would be dedicated to serving the nation and Commonwealth. Rarely has such a promise been so well kept.
After the service, the Queen's coffin was taken on a gun carriage through the streets of London. King Charles led the royal family in walking behind the Queen's coffin. Hundreds of thousands came out to bid farewell to the only Queen most of them have ever known.
You can't actually quite believe that we won't see her anymore, that this was the last thing, the last time. It's very sad.
The procession then made the journey to Windsor Castle. King Charles and senior royals once again joined the procession, walking behind the Queen's coffin into St. George's Chapel, where a committal service was held inside. And then, in a particularly poignant moment, the imperial state crown, orb, and scepter were removed from the coffin and placed on the altar, symbols of the Queen's reign that will now be passed down to her son, King Charles III. The Queen was laid to rest in a private ceremony. She was buried next to her late husband, Prince Philip. In London, Martha Rivera, Fox News.